Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Nawak coming at you with another lesson, and I want to entitle this lesson, More Plagues. Vegas hit with windstorm, severe flooding in Texas. And it's a lot of crazy weather been happening all over the world, not just here in Babylon the Great, but it's been a lot of floods. It's been droughts. It's been heat waves. It's been all types of crazy things happening, volcanoes erupting all over the world. These things are happening as we speak. So the Lord, he's visiting this place. He's visiting this place just like he said he would. And all of these things that the world is experiencing, make no mistake about it, these are plagues. See? Regardless of whether these devils is up to their manipulation or what they're using and what they have, the Lord is over all of that. See, these devils are not even able to use or have anything that they have or do or can do without the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Make no mistake about it, the Lord is orchestrating everything. There is no coincidence. There is no power over the Lord, Yahweh. See? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is controlling everything. So when we see these crazy weather events hit all over the world, along with the earthquakes in diverse places, that's all the Lord. See? He's doing everything. He's manipulating the minds of these devils. The king's heart or the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. So regardless of what you may or may not think of what's causing all of this chaos in terms of different weathers, the Lord is in control of it all. So ain't nothing good coming to this place. See, that's the bottom line. Nothing good is coming. And we waiting on Yahweh Shai. Because we know this place is going to continue to get hit by plagues, not just here in Babylon the Great, aka America, but all over the world. The plagues are going to continue to hit. All kind of plagues, pestilences, see? All kind of plagues, famines, droughts, hurricanes, all kinds of plagues are coming, and they're not going to stop. And they're going to continue all the way up into World War III, all the way until the Lord, Yahweh Shai, comes once World War III pops off. So, we living in them days. We living in those times. And like I say, as we always say, we watchmen. We're going to continue to watch. We're going to continue to bring out the prophecies. And we're going to continue to watch and see what's going on in the world. See? And we're going to line it up with the prophecies. So with that, I got a couple of video clips I want to get into, along with this flood that just hit. I believe it's pronounced Guadalupe, Texas, just got hit. And I think it deleted like 23 people so far and a lot of people missing. So that's devastating. But first, I want to start out what just recently happened in Vegas, a whole area of Vegas. Man, you should see this video. You're going to see how this crazy windstorm was knocking down all kind of power lines and poles and steel poles and flipping cars. You name it. Everything was happening during this windstorm that just happened a few days ago in Vegas. So let me get this video clip. 1 second. Here we go. You know what? I believe I had it all queued up. Perfect.
Once again, it's getting harder and harder to explain to people that the things that they are seeing with their own eyes are not strange and out of the unordinary. Because in Las Vegas, they just experienced something that's straight out of a movie. Take a look at this video. This was as the storm was moving in. Watch. Sand, wind, up to 70 plus miles an hour. Look at that. This is after the storm. Look at this.
Las Vegas. We are on Tropicana.
Listen.
In front of the Walmart. Every last one of the light poles, the electricity poles are down. This goes for miles.
These winds were so strong, they were able to flip vehicles, able to take down the traffic lights, those power lines. So now the question is, why? It's becoming more and more apparent that these weather conditions that are happening globally are out of control. So the question should be, what's going on? Think about China, flooded. Think about Lake Tahoe, also flooded. Speak about Europe and the extreme heat and weather conditions that they're experiencing. Alabama, the booms in the sky. So basically, something that we have no control of or know absolutely nothing about is happening. And we need to ask ourselves, why? If you're in the Vegas area and you took some photos of this, please share them in the comments. You took videos, please share them with us and let us know what you're hearing on the ground. I am not in Vegas. And also, anybody else out there, let me know your thoughts in the comments about this crazy, wild weather that's happening all over. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
So, hey, this right here, I've been to Vegas quite a few times. And yes, they do have windstorms. But to see this is not usual. Okay? This is not something that happens all the time. I know for sure. You got poles, as the lady said in the video, these electric poles are thrown down for miles, all the way down. So yeah, a lot of people without power. And so, hey, in Vegas, one of the main things they depend on is to have AC. And with all this power down, so hey, a lot of them gonna have to be trying to keep cool there. So hey, this is just the Lord visiting this place. And like I said, regardless of what these devils is cooking up and what they doing in terms of what they have, the Lord he controlling it anyway. He controlling all of it. So as we continue to see these things, hey, we know that the Lord is visiting this place, and it's going to continue. Now from there, let's get this. I got this. Here we go. This. And now I was just reading this, up to over 23 people deleted from this flooding. Let me roll this video clip. This is from a news channel in Houston.
Multiple flash flood evacuations this 4th of July, and this is why widespread rainfall fueling a deadly surge of floods across the Texas Hill Country tonight. This video comes from the Guadalupe River in Kerr County. This is KPRC 2 News at 6. I'm Keith Garvin. Daniela Guzman is off tonight. This evening, all of Texas is answering the call after the Kerr County Sheriff says at least 13 people, including children, are dead, and many others are missing after the flooding. Locals are still being told to shelter in place. The U.S. National Weather Service for Austin and San Antonio says the Guadalupe River between the communities of Kerrville and Comfort reached the second highest height on record. That exceeds the area's fatal flooding back in 1987. The area remains under a flood watch until 7 o'clock this evening as first responders continue their rescue efforts and try to identify victims. Several others remain missing tonight. State leaders say the Guadalupe River rose 26 feet in just 45 minutes early this morning. We know multiple agencies are sending help.
23 feet, 26 feet in just 45 minutes. See, that's not normal. That's not normal at all. Things are ramping up. Let me continue.
To the area tonight, including crews from Houston Fire and also Montgomery County. There are multiple summer camps in the Kerr County town of Hunt, but Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says that at least 20 girls from one in particular, known as Camp Mystic, remain unaccounted for. KPRC2's Rowan Belogan is in Kerrville detailing the amount of resources given for the search efforts.
I want want to show you what the Guadalupe River looks like right now. You can see the speed of the water flow itself. Even though the water has receded, as we move on back, you can just take a glimpse as to how high and far up the water reached early this morning. This is up to 500 state responders are in the area for search and rescue efforts. Search and rescue efforts are ongoing in Kerrville as the area deals with catastrophic flooding.
As you can see out there, you're looking at the center of the river that's still flowing pretty fast, probably 20, 30 miles an hour.
Several inches of floodwater swept through in a short amount of time, causing evacuation orders. Street after streets blocked by floodwaters.
I live down the street, and so the water was, we got evacuated in the morning. But I was pretty lucky that my sister, she lives on a higher level, and so we've been out over there all day. But when we passed by here in the morning, it was like water to here. I mean,
water
like
the roadway.
Yeah, all the way up to here, all the way up to the sign right there.
As the water recedes, you can really see the damage left behind. Trees toppled over. But the fear of the floodwater isn't over. Cots brought into Comfort High School in Kendall County, where the judge opened the school as a shelter.
And I couldn't imagine that water. I mean, we have the very large trees that are just uprooted and thrown around like, toys.
This couple making the 230-mile drive from Katy, Texas to help.
Do your part, Do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
The Kerr County Sheriff's Office continuing to ask anyone near any body of water to leave and seek high ground. In Kerrville, Roman Balogan, KPRC 2 News.
Yep.
Tesla is finished. Elon has failed.
So there you have it. This flooding, I punched it up on AI. It says flooding all over the world in 2025. That's what I punched up. It says, yes, unfortunately, flooding continues to be a major global issue in 2025, impacting various regions around the world. It says some key areas impacted by floods include Texas, and this is what we just looked at. It says flash floods along with Guadalupe River caused at least, they're saying 24 deletions, 24 people. It says, and numerous missing persons as of early July. This event highlights the severity and potential deadliness of flash floods, heavy rains, contributing to this catastrophic with an unusual amount of failing rapidly. It says Central Mississippi River effective management prevented larger damage after climate. Well, they're saying climate change and all this madness, but hey, the Lord ultimately is in control of all of this. Change fueling heavy rains, South and Midwest. Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas experiencing severe storms and flooding in April. Climate change intensified these storms. U.S. coastlines, rising sea levels of increased floods, particularly in areas like Florida, New York, and New Jersey. So, yeah, and then you see here Asia, Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and other nations affected, Saudi Arabia, the Philippines, Africa, Southwest, Central Africa, flooding. Thousands of people in countries like Central Africa, Republic of Congo, Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ghana. And it says DR Congo remains a worst hit country in the region, with many affected and houses damaged and destroyed. So this flooding is hitting all over the world. Nigeria, unexpected, unprecedented flash floods, and other African nations impacted, including Libya, and Algeria. Is it happening in Europe? England experienced severe flooding in January. Other nations affected, including Romania and France, South America, Brazil, Argentina, Australia. Heavy rains caused widespread flooding in New South Wales. So this is happening all over the world. Severe flooding, severe weather is happening all over the world all at once. And for anyone to say that this is normal, it's supposed to be happening, this is not unusual, well, you don't know what's going on. You just simply blind. You don't know that this is the Lord visiting this place, just like he said he would in this last days, and that it's going to be all kinds of different plagues happening all over the world. And that includes the floods, the earthquakes in diverse places, the hurricanes, the droughts. They're experiencing severe heat in other places. See? And all of these things, these windstorms, everything that is happening is not a coincidence. The Lord is visiting this place just like he said he would. See? And hey, these devils, like I said, they always into something. See, they always cooking up something and doing something. But hey, this is the Lord's movie. This is the Lord controlling all of this. Everything is happening because it's the will of the Lord. Nobody can do anything less the Lord says. See? No one is doing nothing down here that the Lord is not in control of. Now from there, let's get some scriptures. Let's start out here in the book of 2nd Esdras. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, and verse 5. Esdras, chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, then answered me then, and it says, he answered me then, and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt well understand. Then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. And that's what's going on. We measuring the time diligently. We watching and seeing what's going on in the world, and we matching it up with the prophecies. See, that's how you measure the time diligently. And that's what we do as prophets. It says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. So the Lord is visiting this place. We at the last days, ain't nothing going to go right. Nothing going to go smooth. Nothing going to be good. It's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse in all areas. The weather, all kinds of things going to continue to happen in the weathers. The earthquakes in diverse places. See, the pestilences, these things are going to continue to happen. The famines, see, uproars of the people. These are the things that the Lord said will be happening in the last days. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, aren't we seeing that? Uproars all over the world. People are upset at their governments all over the entire world. Whether they covering it in the news or not, it's still happening. It's happening here in Babylon the Great, and it's happening all over the world. And these earthquakes, man, are hitting all the time, all over the entire world. These are the things that the Lord said to watch for in the last days. It says, then thou shalt well understand that it says that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. See, if you don't understand now, you'll never understand. If you think that everything happening in the world now is just normal, it's just, just the way that it is, and there's nothing unusual about it, then you've been blinded. Most likely you're not even paying attention anyway. People like that, they're not tuned in. They're not tuned in. See, but we're tuned in. Anybody who's teaching about the prophecies of the Lord, and anyone who's learning and listening are tuned in. See, and then not that many people right now is tuned in to what's going on. The Lord has his elect tuned in to what's going on. And we know the Lord, Yahushua, is getting ready to visit this place. He's getting ready to come. See, and he's about to deliver us. And it's Esau, he's at the end. And these are just more and more signs. I'm going to read that again, verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So the Lord already called this thing from the beginning. He spoke everything into existence even before it happened. See, The Lord already knows what's going to happen. He called the end from the beginning. Verse 5, it says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And that's the same with Esau's wicked kingdom. It had a beginning, but now it's at the end. We're at the end of a wicked empire, a wicked rulership. And that's why the Lord is visiting this place. That's why you're seeing all these storms, windstorms, hurricanes, earthquakes, flooding, droughts, you name it. Everything is hitting all at once. That's the Lord doing this. Now from there, let's get this. This is the book of Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, in verse 2. Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 2. It says, behold, the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. So the Lord, make no mistake about it. Everything we see is from the Lord. He's controlling everything. Anything these devils is able to do with technology or anything that they have, the Lord, he gave them that. The Lord said knowledge will be increased in these last days. So anything that they're doing or anything, that the Lord is doing is all of the Lord. Everything is of the Lord. He's controlling everything. There ain't nothing going to happen on this earth that the Lord didn't want. Make no mistake about it. Nobody's just down here doing whatever the hell they want. These things are not just happening in certain places because somebody wanted it. Ultimately, it's the Lord that wanted it. That's why these things are hitting. And that's why we all need to be praying. We all need to be praying, asking the Lord to protect us in these last days, because the evils are going to continue to multiply just as they are. Everybody needs the Lord. See? And the only ones going to get that protection from the Lord is the elect of Israel. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. We want to be delivered. We want to be protected for all the things that the Lord is doing. He's bringing all the evils. He controls the evil. He controls the good. He controls both sides. Everything is controlled by the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now from there, as a matter of fact, let's go here. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. Isaiah 45 and 7. Just to prove that, it says, I form the light. This is the Lord speaking. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So it's the Lord doing it. When there's peace, it's because the Lord wanted peace. When there's evil, it's because the Lord wanted evil. He controls everything. That's why you should fear the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He's the one you need to fear. He's the one you need to believe in. You need to worship. See? And you need to, as a people, as Israelites, we need to get out of all of these false gods, false religions and doctrines, and we need to believe in the true and living power, Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai. Make no mistake about it. Those are the true powers, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And as Israelites, those are whom we need to worship. Those are the ones whom we count on, who we put our faith and trust in. And he is the one that's going to be able to get you out of all situations, protect you, keep you from the evils. See, protect you from all types of situations. The Lord is the only one that has that power. No man, no weapon, no person, nobody can protect you like the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now from there, let's get this in the book of Amos. Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Amos chapter 3 and 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in a city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, have not done it? See, the Lord is doing it Anytime evil is happening, that's because the Lord wanted it. He controlling everything. See? It ain't Satan just doing anything he want to do. The angels ain't just doing what they want to do. All of the angels are under the control of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And ain't nobody down here got no free will. See? There's no such thing as free will. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you doing what he wants you to do. Despite what you believe. I'm doing it myself. I did it myself. I have this because I wanted to have it. No. You sadly mistaken. You don't understand the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He's in full control. You think something is happening on this earth that he don't know about or caught him off from surprise? You know, that don't even make any sense. The Lord called this thing from the beginning. Nothing surprises the Lord because he already knows what's going to happen. See, he wrote this thing. He spoke this into existence. All of us and everything that is happening comes from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Verse 7, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. And the prophets, the servants, the prophets is what the Lord always has used as his mouthpiece. He not coming down here to speak himself. He set up men to speak. See, he inspired men to speak his word. And that's exactly what you see with the servants, the prophets. See, the servants, the prophets receive the secrets, which are the prophecies from the Lord. See, not just anybody. You have to be chosen from the Lord. And the Lord already knows who's his prophets. They were chosen before the foundation of the world. He knew exactly who's going to be a prophet, who's going to be prophesying. He's going to have his false prophets set up. He's always had true prophets and false prophets. And if you don't understand the difference, you're going to be taken. See? But if you're of the elect, you're going to know you're going to hear the truth and you're not going to be fooled. You're not going to be tricked into believing some false doctrine, some false lies. You're going to hear the true prophets and you're going to believe and be sealed. See? All the way into salvation until you delivered up out of here. Now from there, let's get this. Let's get this in Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and 8. Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's exactly what his true prophets are doing. From the apostles and elders on down. That's what's happening. The prophets are set up all over the world, preaching and teaching this truth, bringing out these prophecies, because we are living in the last days. And we're going to continue to tell you about the wars, the rumors of wars, and all of the evils, see, and the pestilences that are happening. All of this is because this is the will of the Lord. He's controlling all of these things. See? And the only one's going to get it, only one's going to believe and understand these things is the elect of Israel. Now from there, let's get this. In Isaiah, we bring this out all the time. Isaiah 33 and 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Not just any old knowledge and wisdom or what people literally think is wisdom. We're not talking about this worldly knowledge. We're not talking about this book knowledge. See, we're talking about this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. See, this is what you truly need to understand, what you truly need to believe. His wisdom, his knowledge, his understanding, that's what's going to keep us stable. Not this worldly stuff. This worldly stuff going to have these people running around out here like a chicken with his head cut off because they're not going to understand what's going on. I don't care if they get a PhD. See, I don't care what kind of degree they got or what kind of whatever they receive from this place. It's not going to give them stability. See, the stability is coming from the understanding, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures and the prophecies of the Lord. It says, and strength of salvation. See, that's why we need this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. See, because ultimately we want salvation. It says, in the fear of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, as his treasure. And it's not many people who fear the Lord. See, the elect, as the scriptures say, the fear of the Lord was put in the faithful from the womb. So if you're of the elect, you already got it built in. It's already in you. You're going to fear the Lord. You're going to have high respect and fear for the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Well, everybody else, they're going to fear him all right, but it's going to be too late. See, when they're in their calamity, then they're going to be wanting to call on the Lord. When all hell is breaking loose, then they're going to be trying to call the Lord like they believe. But it's going to be too late. See, the ones that believe in the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, they calling out on him now. We calling on the Lord now. We asking the Lord to be there for us. We need that stability. We need that protection, that hedge of protection from the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. While everybody else, they just think they just need themselves or their weapons or whatever else they believe in. They think that's going to keep them safe. But hey, they in a world of trouble, but they just don't know it. Now from there, let's close out here in the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Close out here, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day. You don't have time to be waiting. If you getting this word, you hearing this word now, this is the time to get serious. Turn to the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Put off from all your wickedness. Anything you doing and you know it ain't right, you need to just chill. You need to stop immediately. Ask the Lord to keep you from those things, those sins that you're into. See, and you know what it is. See, and the Lord knows. You're not gonna be able to say I didn't know. You're not gonna be able to say you wasn't doing nothing. Because the Lord got the angels recording everything. He knows everything you're thinking. He knows what you're doing. So make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. And that's usually how the Lord do it. See, he gave you your warnings. You get your warnings. He warning you through the prophets. He's warning you through the plagues. He's warning you through the things that are happening in the world. And you keep ignoring them. You keep ignoring them, and then suddenly the wrath of the Lord is going to come forth, and it's going to be too late. See, it's going to be too late. You're not going to have time to recover. Once the Lord say that's it, that's it. It says, it says it right here, in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish from the day of vengeance. That's exactly how it's going to go down for a lot of people, including them 2/3 Jakes. See? The ones that don't want to heed this word, the ones that's thinking that all these things happening in the world with these storms, these windstorms, these floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, see, volcano eruptions, all of these things are happening. That's because the Lord is visiting the world in which he made, just like he said he would. And he's doing it in the last days. See, that's how we know we at the end of this thing. Wars and rumors of wars, pestilences. These things are of no coincidence. We are at the last days of Esau's wicked kingdom. See, those wars going on in the world, they're going to lead all the way into that third world war. Make no mistake about it. And we keep telling you over and over, the MOTB, the mark of the beast is going to come out. That device, that thing that they want to put in you. And if you take that thing, the Lord is going to destroy you. See? And that's coming. That's going to be a test that's going to go across the whole entire world. And as the things is happening in the world, we're getting closer and closer to the MOTB coming out. See? And Jacob's trouble is already going. It's just ramping up. It's getting worse and worse and worse. So the Lord, he's letting us know we're in the last days. No, make no mistake about it. He's visiting the world in which he made. And Yahushua is getting ready to come. See? And with that, I hope that you were edified by this lesson. I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushua, B'Hashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the whole elect. Shalom.